Good morning. Welcome to morning practice. It's lovely to see you. Happy March. And yes, I am back from my traveling and very delighted to be here with you. It was a astoundingly wonderful trip with a lot of incredible people that I was very fortunate to get to know and work with. So really, really, really grateful. And I hope everybody who watches this is doing great and all everything's been going good. So over the weekend was the new moon. Again, our another new moon number. I'm not even counting anymore. But we're back doing morning practice and we'll be back for the foreseeable future. And I'll just announce if there's any change to that. But what we're offering here is a simple morning practice of meditation, breath work, and some movement. Not changing the time structure yet. I think 1 hour is probably best from 7 to 8 in the morning, at least until we have a different location to move in. And just really, really just focusing on your heart and your heart awareness and your ability to cultivate awareness throughout your being, but especially around the heart and especially around your relationship to yourself and self-compassion and self-love, which are very, very important right now as we go forward into the new year, just paying more and more attention to the quality of care you're giving yourself, the quality of language that you are speaking to yourself with, and just really paying attention to how you're feeling moment to moment and how you're best supporting yourself. This practice is really just aimed at giving you tools to aid you in that journey. And it's also just really lovely to practice together. Whether or not we're practicing in real time, it's the fact that we're concentrating our energy together in a way that I'm with you or you're with me in this sort of digital field, this digital reality. That is a concentration of energy and focus that magnifies each other. So any intention or energetic target is probably not the best word, but any intention, any energetic outlay towards a specific activation is magnified by our practicing together and group energy being directed in a certain way. So yeah, I invite you to enjoy this practice with me and really just have fun. And we'll bounce around with different things. I really think that my focus coming back from Mexico is really, and maybe this week we'll just do like a bit of a deep dive into self-love. How much time are you taking to appreciate the things and qualities about yourself that so many people around you love about you? But how long do you actually spend taking time to love and appreciate yourself for your resilience, for your strength, for your dedication, for your commitments, for the tenacity to which you hold to your commitments, the quality of care and love you bring your relationships, the quality and care that you bring your work? We all do these and cultivate these things and feel a kind of fulfillment in bringing that quality of ourselves to others, to our tasks, to our responsibility, to our accountability. but how much time do you take to appreciate that about yourself? To reflect on even just something very daily that you do, whether it's driving people to school, driving people to work, getting up and making, warm drinks for your family, or getting up and giving yourself time to have a morning practice with some dedication. Take time to notice as you go through your day the things you do on a daily basis, or it might be the work that you do. And instead of looking for that acknowledgement and appreciation from without, which I'm sure we all get, it's more about cultivating an appreciation from within so that we feel warmly and um, just really joyful about what our actions are and what our commitments are and how we show up for them with love. And if your commitments and responsibilities do not inspire a feeling of love in yourself, that's a really great entry point to ask yourself um, why that is. Is it because you genuinely um, are having an experience where you feel less than great about yourself afterwards? Is that an exterior influence, or is that an internal voice of some kind? Is that some kind of judgment that we might have about what we're doing or how we're doing? It's really just an opportunity to notice, when we aren't having a good experience or we don't feel appreciative towards ourselves for the quality that we're bringing our daily life, to examine it, not to judge it, but to examine it. It might be just a perspective shift. It might be sort of, groaning and getting up and I'm doing this thing. Like, oh, I'm getting up and doing this thing. Isn't it great? It's so early. And um, and it could just be a perspective shift. It could just be a perspective shift of like, traffic, or I don't want to do this. I don't want to drive here. And instead of like, wow, it's a beautiful day, or wow, it's raining so hard, the sky is amazing. And look, I get to explore this whole area from my house to this point every day. And I get to see the way the light changes and the sky changes and the trees change. And speaking of that, did you notice there was a time change, at least if you're in the United States? God knows about the rest of the world. There's a time change over the weekend. So it's 7:08 right now, but it might feel like 6:08, and that's okay. I know that when I left, I was sort of rejoicing in the fact that we are getting lighter mornings in the morning. And now we've gone back an hour or forward an hour. And yeah, let's change the light. But what it does, it gives us a longer window to appreciate how the light is changing and the days are getting longer. So yes, let's invite ourselves to appreciate who we are in the moment, how you enjoy yourself in this moment, and drop into a lovely meditation to begin. So find yourself into, I'm just actually falling off my block here. Find yourself into a nice, comfortable seat, something that feels supportive and good, that you can really drop your hip points into. Really just let your hip points settle onto your block, bolster, blankets. If you not have any of those, you can sit in a chair. You can just sit in a way that feels comfortable to you, that you'll have a nice straight spine, letting your points of contact really just meet their ground. Feel the length of the spine, feel the tailbone, feel the sort of upper back broaden. Let the neck be long, slowly tuck the chin in, and just feel the length of your back here. And really, as you ground, you can feel all the points of contact, whether it's your legs and feet, if you're sitting cross-legged on the floor with support, or whether it's just your feet and just your sit bones, really just coming into contact with support, and feel that weight, that heaviness of your mass being held up by what you're sitting on. And your weight equally sinking in as you're equally being held up. And just take a few breaths here. Breathing in and out. And maybe just beginning to just take your hands and maybe rub your thighs a little bit. Just rubbing your arms. Let's just touch our bodies. Let's appreciate our bodies. And just maybe rubbing the face, neck, under the chin, as if you were a cat. Just feeling that expanse of your body, your chest. Giving yourself slightly a little hug, maybe tucking in. Breathing in, breathing out. And just let that drop. Just touching, just appreciate, and just take one moment to say, I love you, body. I appreciate all you do for me. Holding me up. Taking me from one place to another. All the food you eat, all the sensations you process and feel. Love you. Thank you for being such a good body. And continuing to breathe in and out, you can let your hands drop back into your lap, or if you like, you can bring your hands to your heart center, one palm over the other, hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer position, if that feels comfortable, and just drop in. You may feel your heartbeat right away, just kind of marveling at that amazing heart that keeps beating no matter what, just keeps going. And just really appreciating this moment of silence. And if your mind is busy and noisy, just bow, bow, bow to those thoughts, that busyness, that noisiness, and bow and step away as if you're a royal courtier, saying, just bowing and step backwards, and bow and step backwards. We'll see you in a bit, thoughts, but right now we're being present, present in our seat, present in the straightness of our back, present in the feeling of our hearts connecting to our hands, or just sitting and feeling the body, feeling awareness settle around the heart center. You may feel the energy of the palms, connecting to the energy of the heart, feeling the heartbeat. Imagine all that life force pumping around your body, your hands holding your heart being held up by your hands. As you breathe in and out here, just expanding through the heart and expanding through the chest, and feeling the breath ripple like a wave of light, filling the body, exhaling and leaving the body. And inhale, filling the body. And exhale, leaving the body. Continue to bring the breath in and out. And we'll just drop into our silent meditation, feeling your heart center held by your hands, feeling the breath moving in and out through the heart, feeling your light illuminating you. You are luminescent from the heart space outward. Just checking in with the quality of the light that you're emanating. And we're just going to take one moment in our meditation here. Focus on a feeling you've had recently where you felt great joy being yourself in whatever capacity, whatever you were witnessing, something you experienced. Just appreciate how you handle the situation and allow that feeling to fill your heart along with your light and your breath. And allow that feeling of appreciation for yourself to permeate your whole being as if it was another compounding light on top of the light of your heart. And let that feeling of self-appreciation fill you. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And slowly, you can let your hands drop, blinking open your eyes, maybe just rolling the neck a little bit, one way, rolling the other. Oh, and just, yeah, it's important to take these moments of self-appreciation. We're going to head over to the mat, and having 2 blocks for practice can be helpful. Blankets can be useful to support under the knees. I'll meet you over there. Yeah, if you have a sip of water, this is a great moment to grab a sip of water as we go to practice on the mat. And we'll just begin for a moment with our legs stretched out in front of us. And just letting the feet wave back and forth a little bit. And again, just using your hands to massage each leg. And then I think we're gonna do like just a very, without having support under your knees, just find a simple cross-legged. It doesn't have to be like fully crossed, just something where the knees can relax down and so whatever sort of varied of a cross-legged position. And you're just gonna bring your elbows down to the ground in front of you and allow the spine to curl from the tailbone through the lower spine, or just feeling a slight stretch around the sacrum. And you can feel that stretch continue into the back, behind the heart, between the shoulder blades.
And just feeling the length along the back of the neck here. Very simple forward fold, not a big stretch. You're just gently bending the spine, allowing there to be length there. Just letting the weight fall into the hands and the sit bones again. Feeling those contact points with the floor. And then just use your hands to press up. And then you may want to sit on a block. And we're gonna just extend our arms over our head with a nice big inhale, reaching up and looking up. Oh, and then bring your hands to prayer and bring your prayer to your heart. And we're just gonna offer some gratitude and love for this body that does so much, this heart that continues to beat the entire duration of our life. It never ceases. It is an incredible instrument of beauty and dedication, the heart, and the center of our consciousness. Ah, we are lucky. We are greatly fortunate, and we are so grateful for our body. Thank you. Thank you. And then we'll reach those arms up overhead, reaching to the sky, inhaling and bringing the hands to prayer. Prayer comes to the heart, and we're just offering again so much love and gratitude for all of the people in our life, in your life, in my life. I'd like a special shout out today for all the new people I have met in the last 3 weeks of my life, the last 4 weeks of my life. There have been some really beautiful souls, and I'm sure for you too. And just offering love and gratitude for each and every person on this planet. Such incredible people, so beautiful, so fascinating. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for simply being you. And we'll take one big inhale, stretching up, reaching up, and hands come together, hands come to the heart. And oh my goodness, I want to give love and gratitude for this incredible planet. It is amazing. I love the planet Earth. It's beautiful. And I got to swim in some cenotes recently, which are, if you don't know, these holes, these sort of holes that happen in Mexico around where I was staying. Beautiful natural water comes into them. They are sacred and special places. I am in love with just how incredible this planet is, how astounding, how astonishing, and how humble it is in its incredible beauty. Really offering great love and gratitude for this planet in this moment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you can let your hands drop, and we'll just take some, as you press your finger pads into the ground, take some rolls around with the torso to the left. And when you feel like you're good and rolled out to the left, you can start rolling out to the right. Oh, yes, this is an amazing planet. I think I love being in water. And for anyone that doesn't know what cenotes are, I invite you, when you have some free time, to explore these beautiful places to swim in Mexico. Just admire. We're going to place our left hand on the ground, flat palm. You're going to reach your right arm out to the side and then draw a nice semicircle up, almost like you would feel and brush with your finger every single inch of that semicircle. And when you find yourself reaching up, you're going to flip your palm to face it towards the left hand side, and then pressing into that left hand more, reaching the right arm up and over. And you may just want to bring your chest up just to give yourself a little bit more length on the right side body. Oh, do you feel that? I feel that. And then we'll come back up to center and we'll let that right hand drop to the ground. Really press the palm in. Reach out that left hand, and then yes, if you could just feel every inch of that little rainbow arch until you get to the top. And then as you press into the right hand, reaching up with the left, flipping the left palm towards, press to the right here, pressing the left palm towards the right. And again, as we press into the lower hand, extending our chest up to the ceiling, you can really feel the length of the left side body from your hip point to your fingertips. And then you can bring that up. Well, reach both arms up, and then the left hand will come behind you, right hand will come to your knee. Just take a simple seated twist here. Allowing yourself to really tuck that chin so you feel the length of your spine. Breathing into that quality of appreciation in the body. And reaching up. Hands come overhead, and your right arm is at the base of your spine. Your left hand comes to your knee. Again, tuck the chin so you feel that long length along the back of your neck. Really breathing and inhaling into the length of the spine, and then exhaling, find a slight twist more. And then you can let that go. We'll kick the block out underneath us, and we'll come to hands and knees on the mat. You can put your blocks at the top of the mat. They might be handy there for later. If you have socks on, this is a good time to take them off. And let's just make our way to a nice tabletop here on our mat. Hands and knees, back is neutral, but we'll go right into our cow, dropping the belly, lifting the tail. And this is as if you could take your chest, heart center, and just bring it through your upper arms, beaming your heart center forward. And then allowing the movement to come from the tail as it slowly curls under, bringing the belly up and in, and rounding into the back as you lift between the shoulder blades. And then we'll do another, letting the belly drop, the tail is slowly arching up. The heart center starts to bend forward, beam forward, not bend forward. Beam forward through the arms. Oh. Curling movement initiating from the tailbone, coming into a rounded spine and an arch. And then we're just going to bring our knees wide and come back into a very gentle child's pose, resting the hips over the heels, allowing the forehead to roll on the mat here, allowing the hips to move from side to side. Just feeling that lovely movement along the spine. And then reaching your arms forward and tenting your palms. Just nice reach here in child's pose. If you can, inch your fingertips just a little bit further forward, giving yourself a nice stretch. Maybe wag your tail here, see how that feels. And then we'll just reach the palms over to the left side of the mat, really reaching back in that right hip, pressing through the right hand to the left corner of the mat. Again, feeling the length along the right side body here. And then bringing your arms and forehead back to center. Again, tent your palms. Just reset here for a moment. And then you bring yourself to the other side. Hands come to the right side of the mat. Left hand really reaching. Really push back into that left hip. Feeling the length of the left side body. And then come back to center again, rolling a little bit on the hips and pressing up to hands and knees again. And you can come back to a tabletop, just orient yourself, reaching that I'm sorry, I'm pausing because I'm like how I want to do my orientation, but I'm going to do it this way. Reaching the left leg back, you're going to just roll on the ball of the foot a little bit, and then let the ankle, the heel, I will get the right anatomy, drop down, and you're going to kick out that lower leg so it's on an angle a little bit, so that's nice and supported. And you want to really actually bring your right hand right under your shoulder, and then we're going to lift that left hand up to the sky. I know it probably looks like I'm doing my right, but it'll make sense in a moment. So reaching up and then taking that upper arm over your head so that the arm is right alongside your ear. Reaching here. And you may want to lift that leg and then feel the balance there. And if you're feeling like you want to have a little bit of a bind, you can grab that upper leg with your hand and just gently point your chest toward the ceiling. And then let that go. Maybe find the extension, dropping the foot, dropping the hand, coming back to your tabletop. We'll take the right side, right leg rolling around on the right ball of the foot, and then dropping the heel down, kicking out the lower left leg, lower leg, so it acts as a kickstand, and really reaching that arm up. And just take a moment here just to feel that. Make sure your lower arm is really underneath your shoulder, nice and supported, and really reaching up, and then bringing that upper arm over the head. The arm runs right alongside the ear. You really feel the stretch on the right side body from the edge of the right foot to the tips of the fingers. And really reach, lifting chest up. And then you may want to bring up that elongated right leg. Reaching here, finding your balance, and then if you'd like to take that the lifted leg in your hand and extend your chest towards the ceiling. There we go. And lift. And coming back to all fours. We'll do a little cow, dropping the belly, lifting the tail, and then cat. And if you're feeling ready for it, we'll just tuck our feet under and come up into a downward dog, and just a very gentle downward dog, keeping the knees bent, going from one knee to the other.
Really just allowing your tailbone to really lift up as you bend through each leg. Feeling the stretch, just waking the body up, and stay pretty gentle this morning. And then we'll just walk our feet into our hands. And this can be a really great place that when I was mentioning having the blocks before, that you can have support under your hands with the blocks here. But we're going to find a nice forward fold with a really generous bend in our knees so that our torso can just rest on the legs. And as you let your torso rest and really feel the gravity of pulling the weight of your torso into your legs, you're going to feel a nice stretch around the sacrum, around the lower back. Just allow yourself to experience that, find some pleasure, some ease, maybe some relief even in that lower back stretch. Really just keeping the knees super generously bent in order to feel the pleasure of the forward fold. So it doesn't feel like you're efforting or trying to touch your toes, but you're just relaxing over your legs. Generous bend in the knees, feeling the stretch on the lower back. We'll take a nice inhale and elongate our back and maybe even extend the crown of our head forward. We're just giving ourselves some length here. Your blocks can be really nice and supportive underneath your shoulders so that you can really press back into your hip points. And again, really feeling the expansion stretch along the back of your thighs, around the sacrum, and then release into your forward fold and slowly curl up to stand. Reaching our arms up, inhale overhead, hands come to prayer. Prayer comes to heart as you bend forward over your knees. We'll take a gentle halfway lift, reaching the crown forward. So we'll step the right foot back, letting the right knee come to the ground, untucking the toes, allowing yourself just a moment to sink into your hip flexor here. Just feel into that, and then as you're ready, pressing into your feet, pressing into your legs, coming into a low lunge. Really reaching up. And then bringing the hands down, curling the toes, stepping back into a plank position. You may come down to the ground here. And just find yourself down with your hands underneath your shoulders. And as you inhale, just lifting the chest, very baby cobra. Just taking it small. And then come back down, press back up to all fours, press back up to your downward facing dog. Just for a moment, one big inhale and one big exhale. And then inhaling, reaching the right leg forward, bringing the right foot between the hands and bringing the left knee down. And again, let's just bend into that hip flexor. Just a little bit of movement, getting some synovial fluid in the joints, and then pressing up into your low lunge. Hands come overhead. They can be apart here, parallel, or come together in a prayer. And really press into the floor to reach up. Pressing into the floor to reach up. Oh, wow. It's so nice to move in the body, isn't it? Feeling the stretch. And then exhaling, hands come down. You're going to press back to a plank. Hold your plank for one moment and then come down to the ground. Hands are underneath the shoulders. And you're going to press up into a cobra. It could maybe be slightly higher than your last cobra. Allowing yourself a back bend here. And coming down. And then we'll bring our arms by our side and just feeling the hip points pressing into the earth. pressing our hip points so much into the earth that our feet rise, and then our chest, our arms, our hands. Back of the neck is long. You're looking down right in front of you. Nice Shalabhasana. And then come back down and pressing your hips back, knees wide, into a child's pose. And then rolling on the forehead, rolling the head. And we'll come back to all fours. Pressing back into a downward facing dog. Bending at the knees and then stepping to the top of your mat into your forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Really feeling that extension along the back of the legs. Straight spine, almost like wiggle your hips here and just feel how that accesses more length in the spine. And then bending down into your forward fold and pressing into your feet as you rise up. Hands overhead, prayer comes to heart. And then we'll just check for my, I noticed when I was down there that it would often fall off. So adjusting, sorry. You're gonna go into a tree pose very briefly. We'll do a quick balance moment. So we're gonna turn and face each other. And if balance is a challenge, do the snare wall. And the first thing you're gonna do is just bring your weight into your left leg. If you're bringing your weight into your left leg and need a wall, it's gonna be your left hand and the wall to your left. So you're really wanting to bring your weight here into this left leg, and then you're bringing your right foot up. And the right foot is just going to go on the inside of the leg here, and they're just pressing into each other. This right leg is out more at an angle. It's not out to the side. We really want the hips to be parallel. So these two hip points pressing forward, parallel, and then not winging out your hip to the side, but really drawing that in and really using the abdominals to draw that in so that you've got this stable core. Hip points are parallel forward. And then you can have your hands at prayer, you can use support for balance, or you can bring your arm tree branches into the sky and look up to your tree. Really feeling the spine grow here, see your stability. I love this pose so that we can really feel the root going right through our body, all the way down through that standing leg, so that the root is deeply going. You just imagine this really gnarly, tough root that's part of your core being of energy, just rooting into the earth as you extend your branches of your tree and reach into the sun, into the sky. And then hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and you can let that go. If you're using the wall, just turn around for the second side as you bring your weight into your left leg. If you want to just do it with the balance facing me, so you're bringing your weight into your right leg and bringing your left leg up, so that the left foot just finds the inside of the right leg here. And again, don't let the hips sort of do the sort of teenager position, but the grumpy teenager, but more the standing up straight, using the abdominal strength to bring you in. Hip points are pointing forward. This left leg is at a slight angle, facing out to the left. Really feeling the root again, right through you, this big, beautiful root all through the core of your being and shooting out the bottom of your foot into the earth. So you are a core part of the earth, and you can extend your tree branches into the sky and feel yourself grow, feel yourself reaching for the sun as you are rooted into the earth. Really feeling that belonging. You belong. You are part of this incredible planet.
your incredible physical being, your body, everything you are, all your relationships, all the beautiful work that you put into the world. You are part of this planet. You're amazing. Allowing yourself to feel that, and then come down or fall out of the pose gracefully. So we'll come to a wide-legged goddess pose, just bending into our knees, and the feet are turned out. And let's just put our hands on our, just above the knees, kind of on our thighs, and you can dip the right shoulder here. Really feeling, you can always feel a stretch right here as you dip into your shoulder on one side, and then come up and maybe bring the left side down. And then come up. Right. And left. And then we're going to bring ourselves to a straight spine so that our shoulders are above our hips. Keeping the knees bent, we'll be in goddess pose here. And just feel that. Feel the strength of the goddess pose. Feel your abdominal strength holding you up. Then reaching out to your 5-pointed star. We'll turn the left foot out. Right foot is parallel to the right side of the mat. And reaching forward. Reach, 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 reach. This is a great place for a block. We're going to just come into a triangle pose. The block can support your hand here. You can also put your hand on your leg as you reach up. You want and can keep keep a nice long length along the spine. Press into the floor, reaching the arms up and curling those thighs toward each other as if they could just kiss at the top. Really want to activate those inner thighs. The right side inner thigh kind of curling in, and the left side inner thigh curling up to meet it. They could just kiss right at the top of the thighs. And then we'll press into, we'll bend the right leg. And then just bringing the hands either side of the bent right leg. You can turn your back heel, your right heel out a little and just fold over. Fold over. Modified pyramid. Or actually, this might actually be pyramid. See that your front leg is straight, your back leg is straight. Back foot at an angle. You're really pulling the corner of that front hip, the left hip, back, allowing the front leg, the left leg to be very straight. And then we'll rebend into that knee and circle our arms up to a brief warrior two. Just allowing yourself to feel that for a moment. And then straightening both legs. Let's goddess pose to reset. And then straighten. We'll have the left foot parallel to the left side of the mat. Right foot turns out, and then we reach, 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 really just from the hip here. And then you can put your lower hand on a block, on your ankle, on the ground, really maintaining a long length from the spine, from the tailbone to the head, and reaching up. And again, those inner thighs are trying to kiss as you turn the chest up, really finding length in the body here. Triangle pose feels so nice. Oh, it does. Curling those inner thighs towards each other. And then allowing that top arm to reach over as you bend into your right knee. And then you're just going to adjust your back foot so it turns in at an angle. Inhale and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Allowing yourself to just really feel the forward fold. Stretching over.
Again, bringing some awareness to that right hip point, as if your thumb could actually draw it back in space, just giving you a little bit more length in that right leg. And then you're just going to bend into your knee, allowing the back foot to turn out, circling the arms to a brief warrior two, and then up. Straightening the legs, reaching in 5 directions, and then bringing the hands to the hips, lifting the chest, and allowing the body to come forward into a forward fold. At first, just placing the hands underneath the shoulders and really feeling this lengthened spine. Allow yourself to explore the sensation in your hip points and your sit bones around the length as you keep your spine parallel to the ground. And when you're ready, just let yourself come into your forward fold. Keeping the back of the legs straight, keeping the hip points pressing up. This is, what your arms can be where you would like them to be comfortably. I suggest just having them help support you on the ground. Reaching the hip points up, really feeling the length along the back of the legs here. And you're going to press up. You're going to turn your left foot out and bend into the left knee, coming down to the left. Really feeling that inner right thigh stretch into Skandasana. And then we'll just sit that down, bringing that left foot into, as if we were doing tree pose, but sitting down. So the left foot is on the inside of your right thigh. We're going to turn and face the leg, find some length in the spine, and just fold over that leg. You may take your left hand to the outside of your right foot and just use the right hand to press in and turn the body as you go into your forward fold here. And then pressing up. How will I do this? Oh, I know. Then I'll come a little bit to the center of the mat. That left leg is going to stay folded, and we're going to bring the right leg over top. So just take a moment to hold that leg in, give yourself a cuddle, curl in, and then holding the right leg with the left arm, reaching the right arm up behind you, and then we'll twist. You can either hold the leg or hook the elbow, just feeling that twist. And then let that go. You're going to place your hands to your left side and press into your feet, press into your hands, and draw a semicircle behind you as you come to the other side and you're in your same position on the other side. If that looked confusing, just switch your legs and your left leg will be underneath, your right leg will be underneath, your left leg will be over top, and at first you're just gonna hold that in, curl in, give yourself a cuddle, and then holding in the left leg with the right hand, reaching the left arm up, placing it at the base of your spine, and you can move into the twist or use your elbow to give you more leverage in the twist. Allowing yourself to feel that. And then as you release the twist, you're just going to take a moment, briefly counter twisting. Hands come to the right. And then we'll unhook that leg, coming a little bit towards the right and extending the left leg out. And again, your right foot is now
on the inside of your left thigh, and we'll orient the body towards the left leg. Nice long inhale, exhale, forward fold.
And you can take that outside of the left foot with your right hand, using the left hand as leverage to press in so that you can turn the body towards the leg as you forward fold. Breathing length into the spine and releasing deeper into your fold. And coming up.
Well, bring that right foot down, and we'll just find our Skandasana briefly. On this side, you'll feel the stretch on the inner left thigh, wherever that is for you. Where it's most pleasurable, easeful, and comfortable is what I suggest. And then we'll let that come down. Your legs are both going to swing towards the left, and you're going to come down to your back. And you're going to bring your right leg over your left leg and let everything just fall to the left as you look out over your right arm. Nice, simple, gentle twist here. Rolling your head back to center, letting everything come in. And then extending left leg, just crossing that left leg very casually over the right, letting everything fall to the right, extending the left arm, looking out over the left hand. And then everything comes back to center. You're gonna hug your knees in, bring your head towards your knees, give yourself a nice squeeze, tight ball. And then extending arms, legs, coming into your resting posture. Allowing the body to totally relax, to totally release. Tension in the jaw, tension in the hip bowl. Tension in the feet, the shoulders, just let it all melt into the ground as you rest here in Shavasana. And beginning to find some movement in your feet and your toes and your fingers. Slowly rolling the ankles, letting the body move gently. Making your way to one side in a fetal position, taking a breath in fetal position on one side. Knowing that you're free to come back to resting posture if that suits your purpose after we close. Taking a longer rest. But for now, we'll slowly make our way up to a seat. You can support underneath the sit bones or just simply sitting cross-legged, keeping the eyes closed, keeping the breath focused. We'll bring one hand to the heart, another hand over top. Feeling gratitude for this body, feeling gratitude for our practice, for our heart. Feeling that memory of deep appreciation for ourselves, deep love for ourselves, and what it is to be alive and sentient in this body, on this beautiful earth. Just allowing yourself a moment of deep gratitude and gentle pleasure and what it is to be embodied as you, as uniquely as you. There is no one else like you. Thank you. And then we'll take an Om to close. So take a nice big inhale. Blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me. You are amazing. This is an amazing planet. I wish you so much joy in your day. I hope you all have an excellent day. It's really great to be back with you. I look forward to the next chapter of our adventure together. If you haven't set intention already for the new moon, I encourage you. This is such a great time energetically to really tap into that for what's right for you, for how you see your trajectory over the next moon cycle. Think about what you want to call in. Think about who you want to be. Much love to you all. It is so, so, so lovely to see you. I will see you all very soon. Take care.